Hi friends, you're watching Cricket with Raghuram. In today's video, I'll be reviewing the first day's proceedings of the third test played between England and India. I don't know what to review exactly, and should I review the first day proceedings at all. Such a horrible day at office was for India. It was not a horrible day, it was also a terrible day, a horror-filled day for India, and India just created all those scenes for themselves. One correct thing, probably what India thought they did, was Virat Kohli winning the toss and electing to bat first. Virat Kohli's intentions were very clear. They would put big total on the board and put pressure on England and then allow the bowlers to do the rest of the job. And that was the confidence or the overconfidence carried by the Indian team onto the ground after winning the second test match at Lord's. Yes, it is admissible. You can carry that confidence, but the tinge of overconfidence came into the play. The script did not go as India wanted it to be, and the script was totally in favor of England. It was not in favor for England, but it was India who made the conditions favorable for England. Horrible batting, horrible batting, I should tell, by India. What was that? They just played two T20 innings. India could manage to bat only 40 plus overs. Exactly, to be precise, 40 overs and 4 balls was all India played. James Anderson was the initial villain for India. He created havoc in the Indian camp when he dismissed KL Rahul, Cheteshwar Pujara and Virat Kohli within the 10th over of the day. And India 21 for 3 was what the scoreboard was reading. And then what was to happen? India created their horror show, where they were needed to apply themselves, play according to the merit of the ball, build partnerships, and see that they had lost 3 initial wickets. It was okay. 3 strong wickets, okay. 3 very important players from the top order, okay. But they should have got the runs on the board. They should have. And there was no content, there was no intent, there was no application, nothing by the players. I would give one example of only one batsman who played a test match like a test match today. Very unlikely to him. Rohit Sharma, opener for India, 19 runs. He struggled to get those 19 runs, but he was looking good in comparison to the others. He was looking good because he was leaving those balls which were unplayable. He did not try any heroics. He played 105 balls to get to those 19 runs. And the pressure was also on Rohit Sharma because India was losing wickets at one end. Rohit Sharma was totally confused whether he has to attack, defend, do what, gather runs. Nothing. He was clueless. Why I mentioned Rohit Sharma is, when all these things were going on in and around him, when he was the senior partner, when he should have stayed there at least till the end, when it was his responsibility to get the runs because he was the set batsman, Rohit Sharma went all the way to play tennis rather than playing cricket. What was that horrible shot that Rohit Sharma played? I don't know. Such a stupid, such a foolish shot. Unimaginable. And Rohit Sharma happened to be the top scorer for India with 19 runs. Ajinkya Rahane got 18 runs and he is the second scorer for India. Guess who the third top scorer for India is? Extras. And all the other batsmen got single digits. Rahul, Shami and Bumrah also managed to get zeros. I don't know whether to tell it was bad batting from India or very to the degree of infinity good bowling by England, or the mixture of both. But India totally lost the plot in the match. 78 runs in 40.4 overs. 78 runs all out. That is what India managed today. It happened to be the third lowest score that India has ever scored on the English soil. What a record. India had lost 4 wickets before lunch. If that was a horrible session, the post-lunch session was a horror show where India were all out, trying nothing, all out, giving no fight at all out by throwing their wickets. What to tell about India's batting? No words at all. After such an emphatic and thumping win over England at Lord's in the second test, this was a disaster. And having said that, I should appreciate the English bowlers. The England bowlers were top on right from the beginning. Anderson provided them the platform. He clearly made Indians press that panic button, and Indians never survived after that. And should I say, India never showed any signs of surviving there at all. I don't call it as a poor batting, I call it as a disaster, I call it as a suicide, a mass suicide by Indian batsmen. Credit goes to English bowlers, but it was mass suicide. No excuse at all for the Indian batsmen. Virat Kohli, Cheteshwar Pujara, Ajinkya Rahane carrying very horrible and bad form. Something need to be done. They being the senior players, they have to take the responsibility and rest themselves, giving opportunity to others who are warming the benches. The other players who can prove their worth, at least change the team composition and see if you can do better. At least one or two of these people have to rest. Take a rest, take a break, take a rest for 2-3 months and then come back and see if you can give good performance at the test level. What form is this? Rishabh Pant, where is the Rishabh Pant we know from what he played in Australia? It is totally eastern and western for him. Even before he tries to do something, he is getting out. English bowlers have done their homework. 3 wickets to Anderson and 3 wickets to Overton. They bowled beautifully. Wonderful display of fast bowling. I'll come back to the Indian bowling. If you see the Indian bowlers statistics today, that even England took lead over the India's total. Where was the attack from the Indian bowlers? Indian seamers also bowled. Jadeja also bowled. They did not look like taking the wickets at all, but English bowlers were looking like taking wicket. They were on a rampage. They were on fire. They were looking like taking wicket every ball. And if you see the economy of each bowler, each of the 5 bowlers of England, you will get a very clear clue how India was struggling against the English bowlers today. The day totally belonged to England. Not to forget Robinson and Sam Curran. They too bowled superbly and they got 2 wickets each. And then let me tell something about the England batting too. England batted on the same pitch. England batted in the same conditions. Immediately after India's batting, they were also playing the 3rd session of the day, which seems to be very tricky in test matches, but they applied themselves. The intention was very clear. Only 78 runs on the board by Indian batsmen boys. Get to that 78 first and take a big lead and bat India out of the match. I can see this test match being done and dusted on the 3rd day or max on the 1st session of the 4th day. England is definitely going to get a big mammoth total on the board and probably will give India 300 or 350 lead. This is for sure, because the dangerous news, the bad news for India is England did not lose any wicket today. They not only erased that 78 runs what India had made today, but also took a lead over India's total. At stumps, England were leading India by 42 runs. Very dangerous scenario. They were leading India by 42 runs without a single wicket being lost. And that is bad news for India bowlers. On the same pitch where England bundled out India for 78 runs within 40.4 overs, England survived 42 overs without losing a wicket. And that is application. That is what they have come with. That is the intention of England, to square the series 1-1. And after first day, at stumps first day, I am very clear that this is 1-1 in favor of England. At the end of this match, it probably looks that Virat Kohli even said to his boys, okay boys, forget this match, we'll try the next match. Both Rory Burns and Hamid played superbly. They applied themselves. They batted with grit. They batted in fact comfortably. You should see the ones and twos they ran today. The boundaries, forget the boundaries, ones and twos they just ran between the wickets superbly and put pressure on Indian fielders. How easy was run making? That is what England batsmen showed today. The England openers showed today. There were no demons on the pitch. That is what England batsmen demonstrated today. How India made a disaster of their batting was what the England openers showed today. Only if some magic happens tomorrow in the first session and if India can get England all out for a small lead and then take a big lead, India can survive this match. Else, this match is gone. Burns and Hamid both got 50 runs each to their credit. In fact, Burns got 52 and Hamid got 60 runs. Hamid was in fact looking really good in the partnership. Tomorrow's story, I clearly know, all of us know tentatively, England, if India do not surprise them, if some magic doesn't happen, England will definitely try to bat India out of the match. That is the story on day 2. I felt really disappointed to see today's match, today's batting performance. Hope to see India's bowlers bouncing back tomorrow on day 2. With what happened to Indian bowlers today and the way England batsmen were batting, my hopes are very least that India could bounce back. But these are the bowlers who have won the matches for India also, and let me invest a little bit of trust in them. Hope to see a better tomorrow for the Indian camp. If you have loved my video, kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll catch up with you all tomorrow with the second day match analysis. Until then, do take care. Goodbye. Namaste.